Alright, Pirates, I'm trying something new. My little buddy Holden's here. He's going to help us with these notes. He doesn't want to be helping. He's going to be working on building and drawing a giant monster truck, so you'll see him in the background. Alright, trying something a little bit different this time. This time I'm going to be doing directly on the Notability screencasting, so you won't be able to see my big left hand getting in the way. It should be a little bit easier. Alright, so DNA mutations. Okay. DNA mutations. What DNA mutations are changes in the genetic code. Okay? These happen during replication. And if you remember, replication is copying the DNA. The DNA is very, 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 very long, millions of bases long. And so when you are copying it, mistakes get made. You have enzymes that proofread, but when you're doing base after base after base after base after base after base, sometimes errors happen, mistakes happen. It happens when I write, it happens when you write, it happens when everyone writes. So what we do is we look at just the coding strand. You don't need to look at the non-coding strand, the silent strand, the complementary strand. You only need to worry about the coding strand. So there's three major types of mutations that we're going to be talking about. One is a deletion mutation. Okay. And in a deletion mutation, let's say I have a genetic code that is ATTCCG. There's my genetic code, ATTGCC. As it replicates, let's say one of those bases or more of those bases disappear, you end up with ATTCG. So if you notice here, I lost one of my C's. One of my C's went bye-bye. So what a deletion mutation is when one or more, it could be more, sometimes it's whole, like dozens of them, sometimes it's a whole chromosome as well, or part of a whole chromosome rather, but when you have one or more nucleotides disappear. All right, and so notice here this strand gets shorter because we're losing nucleotides in that mutation. So here we went from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So therefore it's a deletion mutation. All right, the second mutation that we're going to be talking about is just called an insertion mutation. Some people call it an addition mutation, but I'm going to refer to it as an insertion mutation. It's the exact opposite of a deletion mutation. So let's say I started off once again with ATTCCG, and then as it copied, my strand became ATTCTCG. So here I have an extra strand. Yes, what's up? Go ahead.
Yep. Okay. Then I did so good.
Okay. Okay. All right, so in that strand we have an extra base. We started off with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bases, and now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we went from 6 to 7. So we have deletion mutation. Deletion mutation is when you lose one or more bases. An insertion mutation or an addition mutation is one or more extra bases or nucleotides are added. Okay, and so those are the first two types of mutations. Switching back over to black ink. The third mutation is simply a substitution mutation. And just like a substitute teacher is a teacher that's replacing your original teacher for a day or two. A substitution mutation is when you replace a base or more than a couple of bases. So here let's start with my ATTCCG, and then I'm going to do a substitution mutation, and I'm going to change ATTCG and I'll even make it even crazier, CGT. So in this case here, my mutation is these two bases have changed. Where I used to have a C and a G, I now have a G and a T. And in a substitution mutation, you have one or more bases replaced by others. And when we talk about transcription and translation, we'll see how that affects the overall organism. But what we have here is just a change in the code. Remember, the code is the sequence or the order of the bases. So deletion mutation is when you lose those bases. A insertion mutation is when you gain extra bases. And then a substitution mutation is when you replace a couple of those bases. Hope everybody's having a great day. I know Schoology has been having some issues. Please feel free to email me if you can't turn something in, or just wait. You have 5 days after each assignment is due to turn that in. And so I'll see you later. Pirates, have a great day. Holden, you want to say anything?
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.